Imagine living in a country where learning to read could be treated like a crime. This was the reality for Frederick Douglass, who was born into slavery in Maryland in the USA in 1818. Yet he would later become one of the most powerful voices for freedom. He was the author of the narrative of the life of Frederick Douglass, an American slave. Frederick was separated from his mother at a very early age, a horrific and common occurrence. He lived in a system designed to break bonds, prevent connection, and limit a person's sense of identity from the very beginning of their life. And yet, something unexpected happened. The woman of the house where Frederick lived began to teach him the alphabet. Letters became sounds, which became meaning, and then a possibility. A door opened for Frederick, but the opening didn't last. When her husband discovered what was happening, he stopped it immediately. Why? Because the inability to read was a tool of oppression. Frederick, however, had understood something very important. If reading was forbidden, then reading must contain some sort of power. If words were guarded so fiercely, then words must open doors that no chains could close. He wrote, "From that moment, I understood the pathway from slavery to freedom." So he continued and found ways to learn in secret. He traded bread with more privileged children in exchange for reading lessons. He studied whatever he could find, and word by word, he began to build something no one could see, a profound inner life and his own voice. And yet something else came along with this, a greater awareness of his condition, the pain of understanding the injustice. He writes, "It had given me a view of my wretched condition without the remedy." Reading had opened his eyes, but it also made his suffering clearer. Still he continued, because even painful truth was more powerful than comfortable ignorance. As he read more, his thinking deepened and his sense of justice sharpened. "The more I read," he writes, "the more I was led to abhor and detest my enslavers." Language gave him the ability to question, to reflect, to form his own judgments about the world around him. He was no longer the same person inside. He knew life could be different. And eventually he escaped and went on to become a writer, a speaker, and one of the most important voices in the movement to end slavery. And in telling his story, he gave something powerful to the world. He showed not only what slavery does to a human being, but what a human being can become. He writes, "You have seen how a man was made a slave. You shall see how a slave was made a man." This is meaningful for all of us because this story is not only about history, it's about language, education, the power of literacy, the privilege of literacy, about awareness, and the powerful transformation that happens when we begin to understand the world and ourselves through words. Reading gives us language, the ability to think. It gives us the power to express our voice and greater freedom, and hopefully respect and tolerance for our differences. Frederick Douglass is truly inspiring. He was denied almost everything society tends to admire: comfort, status, protection, opportunity. And his story reflects one of the greatest injustices in human history, one that, in different forms, humanity still struggles with today. It's remarkable to consider his life, his sense of dignity, and what he was able to achieve against such odds. His journey is also a powerful reminder of the privilege of having access to education, to books, and to the opportunity to learn, especially languages, which continue to expand how we see and understand the world. Most people today are free to read, yet many are still surrounded by forces that discourage deep thought. Distraction is constant, manipulation can be subtle or not so subtle, and noise often drowns out reflection. In that sense, literacy goes far beyond reading words on a page. It becomes a way to think more clearly, to question with care, to communicate honestly, and to remain inwardly steady in a world that often rewards confusion. It also gives us tools to notice when something isn't quite true and helps us to find the courage to speak with respect and choose not to give our mind over to fear or vanity or pressure. Reading doesn't answer every problem, of course, but it strengthens something within us. That's all for now. Keep reading, stay thoughtful, and above all, stay kind.